Yes. Just looking at this international law. Yeah. Could you get the rest of the law enforcement throughout the world? Ouch. I did email the police in France, and I'm concerned that the French police, their insurance costs are going to go up. I'm one of these international insurance companies. Yes. Now, I emailed the French police. I emailed the Canadian police. Yes, the RCMP. I emailed Interpol, Europol, and then there's the German National Police. Yeah. They never responded. Get me all the international insurers of all law enforcement in every nation of the world. Now, you would think that, well, considering the statistics, yes, of the actuarial tables, yes, of the mortality and expense cost of law enforcement in every nation of the world, I'd like to know what nations are paying the most for their mortality and expense costs. Yes. And then the actual number of deaths. Pooch. Seems like every time a cop dies, everybody cries about it. Well, listen, Blue, get me all the mortality and expense costs of every nation of the world and all of the insurers of all law enforcement in every nation. Now, somehow, the United States, yes, thinks they're special, but all of the nations of the world, they all have law enforcement. So I want the last 60 years of police officers in every nation of the world. Yes. Then I want the actual insurers that insure anything that pays dividends. Yes. And then all the riders that you get where you're shot in the line of duty. And your family gets 2 to 3 times the actual face value of the policy. Now, why would America suffer more in the deaths of those in law enforcement than other nations? Is it the lack of money that we spend as a nation on training law enforcement about not profiling people, the enforcement of civil rights, why you can't kidnap children without any due process of law? Now, for all of those in law enforcement in every nation of the world, get me all of their insurers and then the actual expense that they're paying. Now, in the United States of America, I'm sorry, Germany, Pooch, I'm suing you. France, yes, you're getting sued. Pooch, Canada. you know, we have a very big problem with the international community embracing those in law enforcement versus embracing those that are citizens. Now just give me every insurer of all law enforcement in every nation of the world, the actual number of employees and their death statistics. Get me the disabled. Well, it seems that America's. Oh, how corrupt is that? The actual insurance costs of other nations is considerably less than the United States of America. Those in law enforcement are getting less of a mortality and expense cost than those that are citizens that don't have such a dangerous job. There could be multiple lawsuits. Did you want a multi-billion-dollar day in Las Vegas? Somebody been using some technology that gave you the impression that being on somebody was more important than living a long life. Why don't you get me your insurers? This concept of having to beat on the population, it might detract from the safety of yourselves and your need to pay attention to your personal life so as to protect yourselves from death. Now, I'm just going to do a quick supercomputer evaluation of the actual dividends, yes, of all life insurance in every nation of the world. And then I'm going to look at those that have had to collect death benefits and the actual mortality and expense cost. Then I'm going to do a comparison of the amount of money we're spending as a nation. Now, I am absolutely fucking sure that this nation has been subsidizing law enforcement in ways we never considered. Now I'm going to want my son's coach, and you're going to pay me for your insurances. And it could be double to triple the amount that you're used to paying because I do not support law enforcement that does not support the citizens of the United States. Get me your fucking insurers right now.